fastened, and then the storm broke. Cracks of thunder could be heard even above the roar of the engines. Lightning lit up the darkening skies, and within moments the plane was like a cork being tossed around on a heavenly ocean. One moment the airplane was lifted up on the currents, and the next moment it dropped as if it was going to crash to the earth. The pastor confessed that he shared the worry and fear of those around him. He said, I looked around the plane, I saw that a lot of passengers were upset, some were crying, many were praying. He said, then I saw a little girl. She had tucked her feet beneath her as she sat on her seat, and she was reading a book. Everything around her was going crazy, and there she sat with her little small world, calm and orderly. Sometimes she would close her eyes, and then she would read again, and then she would straighten her legs, but worry and fear weren't in her at all. So the pastor couldn't believe it. He couldn't figure this out, and he decided to figure it out himself. So he waited until the plane landed, and when it got to its destination, he waited in the area outside of the gate, and all the passengers were hurrying to disembark. And he asked the little girl if he could speak to her for a moment, and he asked her why she had not been worried while she was in the midst of the storm. And the little girl said, because my daddy is the pilot. And he's taken me home. And she was in perfect peace because she knew her father was trustworthy, and she wasn't worried at all. Recently in our church, we had the funeral for a woman who was tragically killed in an accident on our campus. I'll never forget, her husband gave a word in the service, very unusual. And he said at the end of his speech that people had asked him many times how he was dealing with this, and he paused for a moment and he just said, I trust in God. In the midst of all that we face, isn't that it? And that, I am sure, is why we have this wonderful verse from Isaiah. You will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed upon you because he trusts in you. In the midst of our storm, we need to look up and notice that the cockpit is occupied and Almighty God is in control, and we can rest secure in him. This ship we're on is rocking right now with all the stuff that's happening in the world, but we can learn to have that quiet peace that the little girl had if we'll put our trust in the Lord.